and I just want to smoke. Fucking light it up.
So I'm gonna try to start it. Might be loud. Oh, hell yeah, G. Yeah, we got a little bit of smoke from the break-in. Alright, so this is the day after I fired it up, and as you can see down here, there's oil, and it runs all the way over there. And basically what happened was, as you can see from the first, well, not the first video, but the second video, it was leaking oil back here, right on the valve cover. And I'm guessing that these ARP bolts, well, I'm pretty sure they are, but they're too short. I mean, they're too long, so they didn't compress the gasket or the valve cover down. And yeah, and it leaked a bunch of oil, and I wasn't even sure what was going on because I couldn't really see anything just because of the smoke that was coming up. I couldn't see none of the oil spilling down. And so anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna ditch these gaskets that I'm using right now, and then I'm gonna put these back on because I've had these and they've always been good to me. So, and they're still in great shape. They're just a little dirty, but they'll work. And I'm probably gonna go ahead and I'm gonna try to grind these down. So I use the grinder, grind it down a little bit, deburr them, you know, just to make sure it's safe to put back in. And then I might try again with these gaskets, because those gaskets are actually thicker than these gaskets, so I know for sure that the bolt will be way too long, because I already knew it was a little bit too long. So I added a washer, but I guess it wasn't enough. But yeah, so I'm missing the bracket. This is for like a 1985. This cable is for 1979 to 1985 carbureted car, and I'm just missing the bracket. So, but it'll idle fine, no worries. Also, another thing is the power steering pump that one of my good buddies gave me. Unfortunately, the bearing or the seal down here, it's gone, so it started leaking all over the place as well. So you can see it's all wet down there. So yeah, power steering pump's done. I need a new power steering pump, so I had to take up the belt. And right now I was trying to fucking see if I had a short enough belt to bypass that shit, but I really don't. So that I'm ditching that idea. And well, fucking so yeah, as you can see, the car did fire up. It ran. It was going into closed loop. It was tuning itself, reading all the parameters or whatever that I set in, and everything was fine and all. But you know, by the time I realized that this was, you know, happening, and it was spraying, you know, the fan was spraying fucking power steering fluid all over my windshield and all over the top of my roof, I ended up just taking off the belt, right? And then from there, you know, of course, the system wasn't charging because the belt wasn't on, and then the car started to die. And so, like, I just shut the car off, and then I realized, okay, well, yeah, it's not running on 14 like it needs to be, or, you know, 12 plus, and it's starting to go down to like 11. So I ended up go ahead and shut the car off and charge the battery, and then I ended up going, just turn it back on with the charger on the battery, so that was like if it was running like the alternator or whatever. And so from there, I noticed a little bit more smoke, and then I was kind of like, well, this doesn't look right, just a little bit too much smoke. So I tried to figure out, when I looked on the bottom, that's when I seen the leak, and I was like, what the fuck? And I was trying to figure out if it was power steering fluid or if it was engine oil, and sure enough, it was motor oil. And so yeah, that was the problem. The fucking valve cover bolts are too long, and they do not compress enough on the gasket, so I gotta grind them down. Not only that, but these gaskets were a little bit dry rotted when I did check them. They are also rubber, like silicone style gaskets. And well, yeah, so I'm gonna grind it down, and I'm gonna install these bad boys, and we'll go from there. But I'm not gonna be able to start it because I don't have the power steering pump, the new one. So yeah, I mean, I still gotta install like my back seat. Well, cause I just put the weather stripping in. Yeah, I gotta fix this kink right here. I gotta pull it back out. But anyways, brand new weather stripping. Got the seat back in over there. I need to put the panels back in. I was doing a little bit of wiring for the sniper, trying to find separate power sources. One for the Hyperspark distributor, and then of course one for the TBI system. And yeah, and then you also got the one for this. So yeah, I was doing all that shit, wiring and all that crap, but I got it to run, and it sounds good. The eCam sounded way better than I thought it would, especially, you know, when it's in the right idle range. That shit was sounding pretty good. But yeah, man, just kind of wanted to give you guys an update, because I know I don't really update a whole lot, but yeah, this bitch has come a long way. And so I'm just gonna go ahead and fix these little small issues, and of course the fucking power steering pump's gotta be taken care of. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. But yeah, man, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time with another update.